Hey everyone. So this month we're talking about the decision-making process. And from the deeper soul energetic level of the ancestral healing, we are talking about the identity from which we're making decisions. We often discuss the community within us, the many parts within us. Some of them are in healthy state, in a blossoming, radiant gift state. Some of them are in dormant state when they're not attended to, when they're not allowed to have a voice, there's something that we suppress, something we don't want to feel or judge as a bad emotion to experience. And when we do the healing work, we integrate all those parts within. So more and more capacity to stand within the observer part, the central grounded part, the ground zero part opens up. So when we are referring to ancestors, what we are looking for, what we are paying attention to is the relationship within us that is still alive. The traumas that we inherited, that we picked up from the collective, that we picked up from the environment that we grew up, that are still affecting us, impacting our decision-making process, and at the same time are not aligned with our real truth, with the truth of what's in the highest good of me and therefore in the highest good of everyone around me. And when this conflict exists between the systemic conscience, the collective conscience, the collective beliefs, the collective rituals, the collective priorities, and my personal conscience, my personal priorities, my personal beliefs, my personal dreams, desires, my personal truth, that we get into a mode of freeze. We don't know what decision to make. We don't actually know what we want because we are blocking ourselves from that out of the blind loyalty to the collective we want to belong, to the family we want to belong, to the group of friends we want to belong, that are traditional more than aligned. So within that conflict, we don't know how to make decisions. We don't trust ourselves to make decisions. We don't trust that even when we know what needs to be done, that is true, truly needs to be done. We don't act on those decisions. They are not aligned with our system. Our symbiosis of mind, body, spirit are not in equilibrium. They're not in harmony. So to reveal what the truth is behind those decisions, what the truth is behind those relationships, we step into the field. We'll step into the field of the systemic constellation, or also known as, or the all-known field, and we get empowered by the group to see what the truth is and how I can release those entanglements, release those knots. Somebody calls it karmic knots, ancestral entanglement, the conflicting, regressed, repressed parts within me. How can I integrate them into my reality? So there's no pull, I'm not creating guilt through my actions. I'm not creating shame through my actions. Because some of the decisions we make and get back, looking into that and thinking, how could I? Why would I do that? And that regret gets created. But there is also part of us that out of belonging to some group, some ancestors, out of blind love to the parts of us that have been repressed, we choose that path. We choose the path that intuitively we know will bring us to shame. And we still choose it because we choose to experience that emotion. So, how do we reframe it, renegotiate it, redo it so we're not creating shame, but rather creating something we're proud of, something that creates expansion, right? Something that brings joy, happiness, radiance into the body. That's the ground zero part. That's when we learn to step into the truth of me and make decisions that are aligned from the truth of me, from the truth of my being, from the bones of my being, from the core of my being, with trust and knowing that that part, that point will bring me to expansion and therefore everyone around me to expansion. And expansions means more health, more love, more joy, more happiness, that kind of expansion, right? That we consciously choosing, consciously creating reality rather than doing it unconsciously when we're creating guilt. We always create reality, we always manifest, we always make ideas into real things, into actions, into events, even when we cannot make a decision, right? Not making decisions, decision. So we bring that non-decisiveness, confusion, non-clarity into reality. How do I shift it so I create more clarity, more joy, more ecstasy into my life, more blissfulness into my life? That's the detanglement of those hidden parts, the repressed parts within us. And we are designed the way that we're interconnected. So when we step into that interconnectedness of the field, we get to see, we get to bring awareness to, we get to honor, acknowledge, and therefore resolve. There are not many places that allow us to step into the truth of us. And this space is one of those. This is the space where we get to be together, see the truth together, bring awareness, support each other in the collective knowledge, wisdom, embodied wisdom, felt wisdom being expressed. And that creates the truth, and that creates the resonance, and that creates the shift in the collective. So I invite you, by looking to your decision-making process, the daily decision-making process, how you wake up, how you make food, how you commute to work, how you present yourself in relationship with your coworkers, with your children, with your partners, all of that to be transformed and shifted from the lenses of fear and what I'm avoiding into what I'm creating. Bring more consciousness into my day and therefore bring more joy, more happiness into my day, and make that the perfect day so that there is the perfect week, the perfect month, the perfect year, the perfect life. So that's something that resonates with you. I'm holding a workshop on May 18th, Sunday, and the link will be below. I hope I'll see you there.